Guys, we're going to go through an entire spinal release. We do this in our metabolic program. We start in the morning. We're going to do the lower body first, then we're going to do the upper body. Incorporate your metabolic breathing so you kind of kill two birds with one stone. First thing first, you're on a bench or your bed, you want to have it level where your knee and your hip are in the same plane of movement. So you don't want your knees too high or hanging too low. So pretty much parallel. Next, you want to be in that perfect spinal posture. At Oasis Chiropractic, we talk about a 38-degree curve in the neck, a good strong curvature in the middle of the back, and then a powerful strong curve in the low back. So I want you to picture the spine remaining upright at all times. We don't want to be slouching. The posture suppresses the vagal nerve, that increases cortisol level, and we won't lose any body fat when we're in that terrible posture where we're slouched and hunched. So we really want to keep that powerful posture, head up, chest up, low back always has a curve into it. We're going to move forward in space, but the only way we can move forward with keeping that spinal posture is we have to rotate at our hips. So our hips tend to be really restricted and locked. Don't force this, but your ultimate goal is to be able to reach down to knee level with your spine in perfect posture. Let me show you what that looks like. Now here's something for our metabolic people. Remember, we're talking about that metabolic breath. The metabolic breath is you breathe in through your nose, out through pursed lips, and we do not use the chest to breathe. In fact, if we're out of that metabolic rhythm, you actually will see the chest, that shallow breathing. That is terrible. It does not release that nitric oxide that we're looking for that metabolic experience. So we can do the metabolic breath as we do our spinal release. So to review that, you're going to breathe through your nose, but I want that belly coming out instead of the chest. So what should happen? The chest really shouldn't move. You should experience the belly coming out. So we breathe through the nose. We're going to hold at the top for 4 to 7 count. And count that off in your mind. And then through pursed lips, we blow out for a 7 count. And then we repeat that. So in through the nose, and then we're going to hold it for a 7 count. Out through the pursed lip for a 7 count. In through the nose, hold for a 7 count. And we just cycle that. As we do this, we're also going to do our spinal stretch. So the spinal stretch is this. Shoulders are back, posture is up, chest is up. We move forward in space only at our hips. So we're rolling at the hips, not at the spine. We do not want that spinal roll. It suppresses our metabolic energies. That spinal roll causes large amounts of pressure to build up along the spine itself. Terrible for arthritis. We see that even in kids who are hunched over. Arthritis and poor G-flow. What is that G-flow? Remember, that is that clear fluid called CSF that we want pumping over the brain to clean the brain. Well, that's not going to happen when your posture is collapsed and all of these restrictions are occurring. Plus, inflammation and pain increases your blood sugar. You're not going to lose any body weight. So, one more time. The legs are going apart. All right, your toes are pointed out. Knees are pointed out. I like to put my elbows into my knees and really push. Push those legs apart like butterflies spreading those wings. So we're pushing as we're coming down with perfect posture. We're not looking down, we're keeping our heads up. And then we get to that locked point, and then we hold that. What I like to do is I like to take my hands and bring them in. As I bring them in, my legs are pushed even further apart. Yes, it's a little painful, but that's okay. Go to that level of pain that you can handle. And then you're going to hold this for 30 seconds. But when you're there, do your metabolic breath. Yes. keep reciprocally accomplishing the stretch and the breathing. Push those legs apart. Powerful posture. As you go further, you'll get more and more powerful. God bless and enjoy the metabolic effect. Is the upper dorsum. We don't want that hunched posture. We don't want that tightness over the vagus nerve. We want completely released. Think about a person that is aging well. They're not rolled forward. So what you can do is release your own upper dorsal spine. Sympathetic control of your nerves, very important to your heart regulation. You can do two things. You can find a bar like this, and then you're going to hang with your body weight. You don't have to do full body weight. It can be partial body weight, and you're just hanging, head is down, and you're going to hang there for 30 full seconds. Okay? Or you can do this off a door frame if you're tall enough. If you're not tall enough, you can also do this release off of a window frame.